What's going on YouTube? It's Dino Greg G, and right now we're looking at the 2016 YZ250X. This is the post rebuild on this bike. Just did the top end, went with a Wiseco Pro Racer Elite piston, and a few other things that we changed on it. Swapped out the chain and sprockets because the front teeth were starting to kick forward on the original front sprocket. The chain was pretty much at its max length, and now with the new stuff, we're able to push that all the way, the rear axle back all the way forward. I ended up going with a Zeta chain guide. It's only because the OEM chain guide, actually the rubber piece inside had twisted on me and ground a pretty gnarly ring around the outside of my rear sprocket. So I ended up going with the same size, same company rear sprocket that I originally had on the bike, which is a 52 tooth aluminum rear sprocket from Super Sprox. I went with a ProTeeper 13 tooth front sprocket, DID 520 B2 chain. I could not find the one that came on the bike, but it doesn't matter, it's an O-ring chain, it's gonna work. I ended up opting to swap out the stock reeds just because I figured they're probably tired. The bike has 120 hours on it. So I went with the Boyson Rad Valve, and I re-O-ringed the expansion chamber, put new springs in there, replaced all the vent lines and the fuel hose that was on the carb and on the gas tank going to the carb, cleaned out the, basically just sprayed some carb cleaner through the electron, through the main housing of it, just to clean out any dirt or anything like that. And what else did we do? Put some engine ice in it. My neighbor, if you saw the video, it's a short and an actual video itself. My neighbor, he is a pretty skilled engine mechanic, and he went in and he ported the what's it called? Basically like the reed block itself, like where the reeds physically go into the jug of the motor. So he went in there with a Dremel and a flap disc, 400 grit is what he said, and basically cleaned up the whole entire port from the machining process from the factory. He also cleaned up some of the not transfer ports, the coolant jacket ports, because they were slightly jagged and oblong. So he went in, cleaned all that stuff up, ran it through his parts washer, got all that crap out, put the whole motor back together, and now just put fuel in it. I'm going to run 32 to 1 for about 4 gallons. I'm going to go back to 40 to 1, and after the initial break-in of running about 4 gallons of gas through it at 32 to 1, I'm going to do a compression test, just because a compression test, it's going to tell me what the compression is at now at the rebuild, but I'm looking really more for a number to go off of for time's sake as to what the health of the motor is for the 2023 race season by what the compression is after the full break-in and everything's seated and everything like that. So one thing that I did read in the Boyson Rad Valve manual is they do recommend to go down 1 to 3 jet sizes, and they're claiming that their rad valve just flows more than the stock reeds. So I did a plug chop on the original spark plug anyway. I felt like I was running a bit rich, and so to start for a good baseline, I just adjusted the electron carb of an H series in there, a quarter turn leaner, and we'll go from there and see how the bike runs. If it needs to be adjusted more, we can do that pretty easily. So anyway, just wanted to do a quick update as to what's going on with the YZ250X. I do have a graphics case coming for it because I do have 3 sponsors for the 23 race season. It's going to be at Chirby's, DP Brakes, and FTR Power Sports. And FTR Power Sports is the company who is making my graphics kit as well. So shout out to Ernie Bolden and also the guys from DP Brakes, and which is Larry Mills and whoever runs at Chirby's. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video here, keep it nice and short, under 5 minutes, and just letting you know what the update is. I'm going to do a first start on it probably tomorrow, run a few heat cycles through it, and then we'll go from there with the 2 gas tanks full of 2 gallons, 32 to 1. Alright, thanks guys, take it easy.